Be making plans now. If you think the fire may be coming into your area, be making plans of what you'll do to evacuate.
Second copy, that's around that as well. Might pick up and going. Oh, I got eyes on you there.
To drive around the entire deal is 182 miles to drive around the entire perimeter of the fire. So we don't really have one area. We've got people really spread out.
When you're trying to go through the smoke, trying to get around to the other side of it, you can't see your hand in front of your face. The guys on the fire line, of course, they've got the same problem, except they've got heat involved in it too. Very intense.
We've had one back in the 60s, and it probably burned about 10 sections. Well, this is more than that. You know, this is, I don't know how many sections this is going to be.
For several days, wildfires have scorched the ground, destroyed property, and taken lives. For generations on the dry grass, we've battled the chaotic sparks carried on a careless wind. The impact of fires on the minds of these daughters of the Republic of Texas.
I find it real important to be prepared, not only because I've lived in the country where we worry about the wildfires, but because I've been in emergency management where we do planning and preparedness. Be aware of these high winds and the dangers, your barbecue grills, the fires from being stopped to the side of the road.
A big problem is not being able to judge how far things are in perspective to where we were. And so you need to get out and check your neighbors and make sure they're safe when we have these atrocious fires.
I remember always hearing stories of my great-grandparents who lived 12 miles west of Tulia back in the 1850s. And I was always hearing the story of how the prairie fires would be coming across, and his wife was always getting so mad at him because he'd go in and he'd get all of her blankets out of her chest. They'd take them out to the cattle pond and they'd get them all wet, and then the boys would all scurry up on top of the barns and spread out the blankets and try to protect their property that way.
I was out looking to see if the fire was going to jump the fence and catch my house on fire. And miraculously, there was a dirt street by that fence, and I've always thought that it was the dirt street that saved the fire from coming to my house. And it was a very an experience that I'll remember for a long time because I had no control over it.
How lucky we are and fortunate these days that we have men that are so willing to volunteer their time and join the firefighters and get out and face all that unknown and the dangers of the fires. It just makes me have great respect for all these people in the Panhandle that get out there and help.
Celebrating the Panhandle spirit, Larry Lemmons, ABC 7 News.